Welcome to Two Crazy Scoops Podcast with your hosts, Ao and Antino. Season 6. Be there or be square. And if you're already square, then you have nothing to lose.
Exactly.
And that's how everyone should live. I'm not going to tell anyone how to live their life. I'm sorry.
Oh, you should.
I almost caught myself there. You should follow the don't be square rule.
No, I think everyone should live just like you.
So how are you doing today? How long did this take for us to set up?
It took us a minute to set this up. But you know what? Like I told you before, the setup is done. So
I just say that's half the battle.
That's half the battle. So
actually, it's like 3/4 of the battle, but
yeah. I'm always looking for ways to simplify, so we'll figure it out. We're still figuring this out.
This episode is brought to you by Aaron's wallet. He purchased these beautiful lights for us.
I did, yes.
And we were afraid that we were going to get ripped off by some random company on Amazon. But thankfully, here we are, well lit. Actually, I should have already queued this up. Nope, that's not it. I have to switch these things. Sorry.
Yeah, different sound.
Technical goes. There we go.
There we go. We got our applause now.
Man, so we have transitioned over to YouTube mostly. I found that a lot of people are viewing the video as opposed to listening to it on Anchor, as we had.
But we're still uploading audio.
We are still doing that. And Spotify has changed a couple things on their platform. So I was going to get your ideas. Did you see the audiobooks that they have on there?
I did. They actually sent me an email, too.
Were you excited about that?
I was at first.
You were at first. Then what happened?
Well, I realized that you still have to buy the
$25!
Yeah, you still got to buy the audiobook. So, not as excited. If they came with your subscription, then that would have been awesome.
But give me one audiobook free a month with the subscription. That's it.
Yeah. Audible does that. Like, I don't know if you use Audible. That's Amazon's.
No.
Okay. Well, Audible does, if you sign up for Kindle Unlimited, you will get free audiobooks every month.
How much is that subscription?
I forgot. I have to look it up.
Time to go to the internet, which is where we already are. And I can't open this.
No, it's all good.
This episode has been brought to you by Audible. Have you been wanting to listen to a book and don't want to pay $25 on Spotify?
Kindle Unlimited is $5.99
to get unlimited books, audiobooks.
Yeah, but certain books are in the program, so it's not every single book that's available on Kindle, but they have certain books that are available that you'll get. Like most of your recent books, your newer ones, and there's a whole bunch of them. There's like thousands of books. It looks like it's $5.99 a month.
When you say recent, what do you mean? You like current authors?
Yes, current books, magazines. You can select up to 3 magazines that you want to subscribe to, like Men's Health, HGTV. Whatever.
So then, who do you think this is for? Then, like, what are we trying to do? Are they just? I think the rule of thumb when you're starting a business is make it the easiest for people to pay you possible.
Well, and they are. What they're trying to do is. I'm pretty sure it's $5.99. I was trying to double check the price, but
you can use your code AO doesn't know.
Yeah.
At audible.com.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I take that back. It's
all caps.
It's $9.99 per month.
Same thing as Spotify, a little bit less.
Yeah, and you have access to most books published via the Kindle app or available in the Kindle app.
But that's a whole other subscription, and
it is another subscription. Yes.
You don't get music with it, do you?
No, but if you have Amazon Prime, you have Amazon Music, right? So.
Oh, then there you go. What are they doing? Are they going to start, renting movies?
I'll have to look at all the.
How far is this going to go?
I'll have to look at all the benefits of it. But the thing with Kindle Unlimited is almost like Spotify. You can read all the books you want as long as you pay that monthly fee instead of buying the books individually.
Yeah. And
so Spotify is the same thing. So the benefit, what Spotify is trying to do is they're trying to they want to keep you inside the app. So you're going to listen to music, you're going to listen to podcasts, and now audiobooks all within Spotify. They don't want you to leave.
Yeah.
So it's a smart move.
It's like paying $50 to go into a building, and every door you open, they like nickel and dime you. Or let's say you pay $5 to go in.
Well, now what they're doing is giving you the option of buying the book in Spotify. Mm-hmm. So they're competing with Amazon directly.
I would have to look at how much the author gets out of that, because I know there's some complaints about Spotify not paying artists enough.
Exactly, yeah.
Authors don't even know their audiobooks are on there.
Well, they know how much they know. Well, so for artists on Spotify, they know what their streams are. So you get paid point something, like a percentage of a cent per stream. Mm-hmm. So they can figure out the math based on that.
So are you an audiobooks fan?
Yes.
Chance?
Yes, I am.
Oh, is it like with all the sound effects and everything?
Some of them, yeah. I've listened to some audiobooks that they're like, they tell a whole story. You hear the sound effects. Like there's this one I read, I forgot the name of it, or listened to. But anyway, you hear like, some of it takes place in the office. So you hear all the office sounds, the keyboards clicking, the people moving back and forth. Just regular office sound.
You're listening to The Office audiobook?
No, I forgot the name of it. I can look it up.
Michael,
but it was very
out
entertaining.
Of his office. Jim stares directly into the camera.
It had Pete Davidson in it. He's one of the characters. He's voicing one of the characters.
I hate his voice.
Yeah, and like there's a robot that works in the office too. So every time you hear the robot, like you can hear him coming because he's like, it's really cool, like all the effects. So some of the audiobooks are like that. They're like completely. I don't know if you call that interactive, but it's. I don't know.
You can choose your own adventure in this audiobook?
No, it's a story, but it's entertaining. It's very entertaining. I'll find the name of it for you. It was really good. It was a mystery.
Whoa.
So.
It was a mystery.
It was a mystery.
How did it end?
I forgot. It's been a while since I listened to it.
Speaking of mysteries, I know I ruined the Elvis film for you, and I've been beating myself up ever since.
Yes, you did.
But I just can't help myself. They're making a Whitney Houston film.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen anything about it, but I think she doesn't make it.
You got to keep the money rolling in somehow. So
why?
I don't know. People are greedy, I guess. I would just leave it alone. Just like they tried to take artists and use holograms.
Yeah.
To let them perform. I'm like, just leave it alone. Just leave it.
Speaking of things we should just leave alone, I wanted to transport us.
Ooh.
To the 80s.
Okay. This is the 80s?
Let me see. There's two things I want to talk about. What would you rather do? Would you rather be...
The 80s.
Would you like to be immersed in commercialism? Or would you like to reminisce about the past? Reminisce.
Immersed.
Dang it. Okay, I'm gonna need you to close your eyes. Well, keep your eyes open because you got to play this link. I texted it to you because we couldn't figure out how to do this. I want you to click on the first link that I sent you.
Okay.
Now this is the audioness stuff. You can't get this on Audible.
One thing I wonder though is, well, we'll figure that out later.
There's a lot of figuring out going on here. There's a lot
of stuff to figure out. Okay, so anyway.
Like why Aaron has a hat on.
So what's wrong with the hat?
Nothing.
Takes away the shininess from my bald head.
Oh.
All right.
I'm just going to get it. I'm going to next time I get my haircut, I'll make a toupee for you.
Okay. Save it. Yes. That would be awesome. Could you imagine me with Mexican hair? That would be great. Yes, please save it for me. All right, cool. So I got it. So late night vaporware.
Vaporwave.
Or vaporwave.
Wait, close your eyes. What does this make you think of?
It's like music that you would put on in the 80s if you were trying to impress somebody and you had them over for dinner.
It feels like phone, like when you're on hold or something.
Oh, yeah.
So there's this...
Mix 92.3 with your hosts, Antino.
So the thing's called vaporwave. This is the genre of music. So you can just skip through this. Like, just keep going and see what you run into.
Oh, I'm scared. Also sounds like something that you would have.
Oh my
playing.
gosh, leave it to you.
Well, I'm just being honest. This is something they would play on the smooth jazz.
Yeah, so click on the next one. This one is sounds from a department store.
Oh, the next video you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Sounds from a department store. Okay. Oh, you want to see this too, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe you could just put it on there.
This is like elevator music. That's what
Yeah,
it
but
reminds
like
me
to
of.
the max.
Yeah.
Like, you find yourself listening to elevator music without wanting to. It's just there. It happens upon you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, this is elevator music. And actually, when was the last time you heard elevator music? Honestly. I was in an elevator today, and there was no music.
Where were you at?
At the courthouse.
Well,
For no reason in particular.
Of course not. Then they finally caught you.
They finally caught me. I'm on bail. Aaron paid my bail.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember the last time I heard elevator. Ooh, I'm sorry. My apologies. I'm
on a boat in the 80s.
I'm hitting your camera. Yeah, I don't know. That's strange.
You can just skip through it. I don't know. It's
I just don't like it. It is very 80s. But I just can't stand it.
But if you wanted to transport yourself to the 80s, I mean, this is pretty much all that happened.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Let's delete the disco.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. The pictures are kind of hilarious, though. This reminds me of The Price is Right when they're listing off all the prizes.
The prizes? You
Yeah.
can win a 1987. What kind of car?
Bonneville.
You can get a Volkswagen.
Yeah, exactly. That's what this reminds me of.
And then curtain number 2, you can get an air fryer. Oh wait, those haven't been invented yet. Woo!
Exactly.
But there's this thing, like if you want to feel something, you want to feel angry, you listen to angry music. You want to feel happy, you listen to happy music. You want to feel like you're in a department store, you listen to department store music.
No, this is terrible.
Or a hardware store. No, this is a department store. I mean, they used to play this like in Macy's and stuff. I haven't heard this kind of music in a Macy's for a while now. And that was in the 90s, early 2000s.
I guess. I don't remember hearing this in the stores.
They used to play
They used to play the radio.
what's the guy that would
This is all terrible.
now the Jackson 5.
I hate it all. I'm stopping this.
Okay.
This is torture.
Well, if you ever wanted to listen to department store music, there is a genre out there just for you. So now that we've immersed ourselves in the 80s and commercialism and all that fun stuff, you've seen Back to the Future, right? It's a classic film. There's a scene where he gets transported back to the 50s and he's walking through the town. They're playing like Mr. Sandman or whatever, and he's looking in awe and flabbergasted at the scenes that are playing before him, the old cars, the milkshake bar, all that fun stuff. Now, if you were transported into the 80s, because the 50s were 30 years. It actually wasn't that long of a distance of time. It was only 30 years.
That's true.
So from the 80s to the 50s is 30 years. Now, from now into the 80s is 30 years. Yeah. If you took a DeLorean, or what would you do, a Tesla,
right,
and shot back into 1980 and you found yourself, would it look as different as the 50s did to the 80s, do you think?
Would the change be as big? Probably not. I think technology advanced.
I mean, you were there, so you can tell me.
I was not alive in the 50s.
No, in the 80s.
Yeah, but you got to remember, I was born in the middle of the 80s, and my memory doesn't kick in until the end. So I don't remember. The earliest I can remember is bits and pieces of 87. And even then, I only remember the toys and stuff that were popular back then. So, yeah. I do remember my dad taking us to Toys R Us, which is where everybody went. Sorry if I keep kicking you. But I remember going to Toys R Us, and my dad bought a Nintendo, the original NES for us. So I remember that.
Okay.
That must have been 88, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because by the time I graduated from kindergarten, which was in 89, I already knew how to beat Super Mario, the first one.
So what you're telling me is you'd go back and just destroy that video game, and people would be in awe and shock.
I would buy several NES
just save
and
them.
just keep them.
You wouldn't change anything.
Because
you wouldn't help anybody. You would just stockpile memorabilia,
right,
and come to this point in time
and sell it.
Just sell it all.
I would have sold it last year because the NES went for a bunch of money recently. I forgot.
Wow.
It was during the pandemic. I think it was, or right before.
We need to hit up those resellers and make sure they're not
Dude, I would have bought Ataris. I would have bought everything and every system since then. I would have kept them in pristine condition. I'm kicking myself now. I had no idea.
You'd probably lose it in a flood or something.
There was no flood. I didn't live through any floods.
You sure?
I'm positive. I didn't live in any floods. And since I know where the floods will and when they will happen,
then you'd stay far away from it.
Clearly. Yeah, exactly. So
I think someone would find you and then rob you.
Yeah, you. Oh, man. That's too funny.
Well, there you go. That is thinking about 30 years ago. Well, oh no.
What?
I'm terrible at math.
What do you mean?
The 90s were 30 years ago.
Oh, you're right. You're right. The 90s was 30 years ago. No, you're right. I forgot. Yeah, I completely forgot that too. So 30 years ago would be 92.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, do you think the 90s are a lot different than now?
Yes. But the jump between the 90s and so I guess it would be the 60s.
Uh-huh.
I think the jump would be bigger between 60s and 90s versus 90s and today.
Because of technology? Yeah.
Today you go to Best Buy, you'll see the same things you saw back then. Only difference is everything looks a little bit more modern, but you're still going to see these you're still going to see TVs, you're still going to see computers, you're still going to see all that stuff. So, whereas in the 60s, there were no computers. I mean, there were, but they weren't mainstream.
Communicating like they are now, or in the 90s either. They were communicating in the 90s. Had that whole internet thing started?
Internet started early 90s.
Okay. Or let me say, commercialized version.
Available for the public, I think that was in the 90s, yeah. That's when it started to catch on with the public in the 90s. So, yeah. We did have a computer in 92, but, no internet. Yeah.
That's strange. The 90s are 30 years away.
Yeah.
Anyways, talking about, computer overlords, would you like to watch the talking piano video?
Yes.
Now, this is a talking piano. What do you think it's going to look like?
Now, am I looking at it here?
Oh, no, we're going to look at it there.
Oh, okay. Wait, did you just send it to me?
It's in your text messages.
Oh, okay. Oh, speaking piano here?
Oh, yeah, speaking piano. Sorry.
Okay.
Pardon.
All right. Let's just go back and play it for 1 second.
I think it's in German, so don't expect to understand it.
Okay.
Alles klar? Wohl kaum, das lässt sich aber ganz einfach ändern.
That is pretty
Schon
cool.
erstaunlich, wie genau plötzlich die Worte der Deklaration für einen internationalen Gerichtshof gegen Umweltverbrechen verständlich werden.
Or actually, I can skip through it in post as well.
But do I have to skip to a certain spot?
No, that was just pretty much it. It's just the guys talking about it.
Dude, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it's taking all those notes. There's this.
Why didn't I think of that? That you can do that. I never even thought about that.
It's all like pressure gauges or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know that one guy that you showed me who made that box that he put on his porch for people when they stole it? He has a video on that as well, a more modern version of the talking piano.
Oh, okay.
So the way that they have it is just like those pressure sensors. They kind of press on it a certain way to get just the right tone mixed with all the strings together.
Yeah, that's clever.
It sounds really creepy, though.
It does, but very clever. It makes sense that you can do that on the piano, in other words.
Well,
I don't know if any human can do it, but...
No, you can't, because it's hitting it exactly.
Every single key? Yeah,
so when you... Not every single key, but when you hit the piano, there's a little bit of a sustain on it. Mm-hmm. And so you would need to stop it at the right amount of time for the inflection.
So a person couldn't do it?
I don't know. I don't think so, because you'd have to... I think the pressure, it hits it and then presses down. Mm-hmm. So, like, if you hit a guitar string, or a piano string for that matter, it goes dun. But with a guitar, if you go dun, you can pick up your finger and that note ends.
Okay.
So if you're getting a lot of those just one hit notes and mixing them all together, then I think that's how it would make sense.
Got you. Okay. Well, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Talking pianos take over the world. Telling a mother her baby is too fat. You want to explain this one?
Yes, I'll explain. Okay, so I had bought a gift for a friend who just recently had a baby. And
congratulations.
So I bought the gift a few months ago, like back in April. Mm-hmm. I misplaced it, and then I went out of town. When I came back, the baby
had grown.
The baby had grown, but I had bought a little some baby clothes, like a baby outfit. And the problem is that the tag said 6 months. So I said, and the baby was born like in May or June, maybe.
Okay.
May or June, and I got back in the beginning of September.
Okay.
When I found it. That's when I found it in the beginning of September. So I figured, okay, well, the baby's only a couple of months old. It can fit. Well, when I saw the baby, though, I looked at it, and I was like, ooh, I don't think it's going to fit inside the clothes. So now I'm kind of afraid, and I still have the gift. I haven't given it to him.
You're stuck with baby clothes that are too small for
Well, I think it's too small because the baby is fat in a good way. You know how babies are just chubby and big?
No, I don't.
Babies are chubby and big. In case you didn't know. And so, but I'm looking at the clothes and I'm like, I think it's too big. I think the baby's too big for it. And so,
so you're planning on telling this mother that her child is
the problem is
abnormally huge.
The problem is I already opened my mouth when I was talking to her. I said, "Oh, I got a gift." I said I have a gift, but then I looked at the baby as I was telling her that, and in my back of my head, it's my brain is saying, "Ooh, that baby is way too fat for these clothes."
This child has just entered the world, and you're already insulted it.
Well, no, because babies, but a good
because babies are dumb.
No, I mean
they're too dumb.
No, I just mean babies. A healthy baby is plump.
Okay.
They are. That's not. I don't mean that as an insult. Like it's too fat in a bad way, but in a good way. It's a good, plump, healthy baby.
Now, here's the thought. Mm-hmm. You can ask her this: is she planning on having more children? Because if so, then just give her the clothes for the next one.
That's true, but
just don't ask.
It's a girl. What if she has a boy?
Well, then that's her fault. So.
Well, anyway, that's my dilemma, and I don't want to keep these baby clothes, but at the same time, I don't.
If you would like to purchase child's clothing off of Aaron,
we'll put them on. We'll put them up for sale on the Two Crazy Scoops Instagram. No, I should just give them to her anyway, because maybe
it's the thought that counts.
Even though she won't be able to probably wear them, and I could be wrong. Maybe they will stretch a lot. So
I mean, if it says 6 months,
it says 6 months.
They probably know what they're doing.
August, September, October, November. We're almost there. One more month, according to the size. So,
Yeah, I just never buy gifts for any child that's already born.
well, I bought them before the baby was born,
Then just give them to him then.
but I lost it. I misplaced it. That's what I'm saying. I bought it and then I misplaced it and then I found it again. But by the time I found it, I'm looking at that baby like,
Do you know any other people expecting?
I do.
Then there you go. It's
That-
like the best kind of
That's
re-gifting
true. That's true.
without actually giving the gift.
You're right. This other couple, the baby won't be born for like another 7 months probably. So
There you go. Problem
Okay.
solved.
problem solved.
I'm glad you brought it here to the podcast. Telling a mother her baby
Well,
is too fat.
I didn't tell her, but I thought about it as I was
Have
talking
you ever
to her.
thought about putting your 4-month-old on a diet? I heard it's good for them.
I hope that baby can start running soon.
Just get it some weights.
Yeah, baby weights. I'm gonna just do you a favor. Let's start lifting now. Let's teach her how to do it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm sorry.
If I ever have children, you're staying very far away.
Hey, if you do, I have clothes.
Oh, brother.
I have an outfit already.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh man.
Okay.
Oh yes, the social. Are we doing social?
Social norms from around the globe that may seem strange to Americans,
I have a few.
like greeting people in the streets,
Maybe. Let's see.
cleaning up after yourself after dinner.
Let's take a look. Let's see. Okay. So this is one that I think a lot of people probably already know. Sorry.
You have to look here.
No, I think I might have lifted my tablet up too high, or maybe I didn't. Anyway,
You did.
I didn't.
No, I don't know.
Oh,
I'm not paying attention here.
okay. All right. So leaving a tip in Japan, South Korea, and some other countries.
Is offensive.
It is, because it's not a part of their culture. And so it can be seen as an insult, because basically it's saying like, oh, here's some extra money because you don't make enough as a waiter.
That is true, though.
Yeah.
At
And I
least
remember
here.
at one time I remember I did tip, and I remember the waitress was saying, no, you don't have to do that. And I was like, no, I insist.
In Japan?
No, it wasn't Japan. It was it was somewhere in Europe. I think it was Portugal, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was saying, no, take this. And she was like, no, you don't have to. So I didn't realize at the time that wasn't a thing. So,
But I don't think people understand that here, like for delivery. I've never waited before, but I have delivered pizza as of you. And they don't pay you minimum wage. They pay you a couple dollars less than minimum wage, hoping that the tips will make up for.
right. But in other countries, I think I'm assuming they get paid a regular salary.
But I'm just saying it's kind of built into the restaurant system.
Here, yes.
Here, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's rude if you don't leave a tip here. But there, if you leave one, it can be considered rude.
Yeah, but it is kind of dumb, though.
I agree. Where to sit in a cab in Australia, New Zealand, or elsewhere. Now here, if you get in a cab or take an Uber, where do you generally sit?
I usually ask the driver to get out. I just sit in the front seat and I drive the car myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you ask nicely or
No, I don't even use the app. I just walk up.
you just walk up to somebody who's parked and tell them to get out of their car?
I'm commandeering this vehicle.
Somebody's been playing too much Grand Theft Auto. Well, look. Well, for me, when I usually get into an Uber or a cab, I get in the back.
You sit in the back, not behind the driver, but on the other side so they can see you.
And you can see them.
And you can see them.
Right. I don't trust the drivers.
No.
Well, in Australia, New Zealand, and some other places, this is considered rude. Sitting in the back is considered rude,
They want you to sit in the front and have a good old conversation
I guess.
about wallabies.
It says only when you have a loaded car would you, let me see. Oh, riding shotgun in these parts of the world is normal. So, yeah.
Yeah, if people get in the front seat in an Uber, it's kind of weird. You're like, can I help you?
Right, exactly. We tend to like our space, I guess, more. Here's another one. Now, this is something I'm guilty of, but it's only because the people where I was at did it too. Referring to the USA as America.
Okay.
That can be considered offensive. If you're in a country like Brazil or Colombia, it says you likely will earn yourself the stink eye because calling the U.S. America implies that that's the only part of the world that can be properly given that title.
Oh.
So doing so in South America won't do you any favors.
So I didn't mean to, but I did keep saying I was from Estados Unidos when I went to
Estados
Brazil.
Unidos is fine because it's the United States. But if you say I'm American,
they say, where are you from? And I just say, I would just say Estados Unidos. United States. Unidos Estados. I was switching that thing up all over.
Yeah, you're right. Estados Unidos. But I remember when I was there, they kept referring to me as American. And so I just assumed that to them, American meant from the U.S., but technically they're American too. And I thought that was kind of funny that they kept referring to me as the American. But that's what this is saying.
Take all of this information and apply it strictly whenever you go out of the country.
Exactly. Just FYI. The internet says it. It must be true.
Oh, brother.
And last but not least, adding condiments to your food in Spain, France, and some other countries, some parts of Europe, could be considered rude. For example, if there's no condiments on your table and you're at a restaurant, it's probably better not to ask your server for them. Seeking to alter your food can be seen as insulting, especially if you're having a home-cooked meal. So you're at someone's house in Spain.
Yeah, that's funny because like it's quite the opposite in this area. Because
Are you sure? So I can go over your house and you can serve me some food, and I'm like, oh, pass the salt, please.
That's why you have salt on the table. They're like, oh, this isn't salted enough. And you're like, oh, okay.
Right. But if you forget to put it on the table and they ask for the salt, wouldn't you be somewhat offended?
No, I'd be like, yeah, because I mean, personally, while I do try to be self-aware about this stuff, I do ask for like condiments, like barbecue sauce or ranch.
Well, barbecue
ranch, mayo chup.
Well, okay. Well, some of that stuff should be like if you're having barbecue, I would expect sauce to be out.
But if it's not, wouldn't you be like, hey? Usually people offer it though. They're like, you guys want A&1? And I'm like, that's disgusting. Why would you? No, I'm just kidding. But I do the complete opposite.
No, I think you were accurate.
A&1 is gross. But I'm just saying, from what I have observed in this area with Mexican culture, you can have a lot of like not condiments, but things that you can add to what you're already eating that enhance what you're enjoying already. So they'll give you, like menudo, but then you can add some cilantro. I don't know if they do onions, but there's like lime.
Yeah, that's true.
Other things to enhance it.
That's true, but they do. It seems like they always have that available.
Yeah.
Always. It's like it's kind of like
that's the opposite, don't you think?
Yeah, you don't serve menudo without having all the condiments ready.
You don't serve anything like tacos. You can add,
but it's different. I think it's slightly different when you're offering the ingredients that make up the dish versus seasonings. Like if they offer you tacos, they're not going to offer you salt with it because they should be salted enough. I've never had a taco made here that didn't have enough salt.
Just like, can I have the salt and ketchup, please?
Yeah, I would prefer to have high blood pressure, so more salt, please.
Can I have the mustard? This carne asada taco is not doing it for me.
Exactly. No, but anyway, I just thought that was interesting. So yeah, those are some things that I found from. Sorry, I keep hitting the camera.
Oh, it's fine. I'm just like.
But yeah, those are just a couple of things I found that I thought were interesting.
Well,
social norms.
Norm! Sorry, that's a reference to a TV show. It's from the 80s.
It is from the 80s.
Which is what, like 100 years away now? I can't even do math. I have this thing, tell people to say irregardless. I really like upsetting people by just correcting them and telling them to say irregardless. Mm-hmm. They'll be like, regardless. I'm like, oh, you mean irregardless? And they get so up in arms because they're like, what do you mean? Everyone knows it's regardless. Irregardless isn't a word. And I go, yeah, I know. I just like messing with you.
Oh, okay. Got you.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I didn't add this into the notes apparently, but Tim Cook is the president of Apple now, and he recently went to Europe. Did you see that? Read the article about it? Anyways, they're doing all this. Did you see the new?
No, I just saw he spoke with the. Yeah, he did go to Europe recently. He spoke with the Pope. I saw.
I don't
article
know
on that.
Anyways,
well, I'm just saying.
So, you saw the updates and everything. How they're doing all this stuff with like Ventura, the OS, what they're going to do with the updates with the iPhone and the iPads and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Did you know that he's an avid enjoyer of cheese?
I did not know.
Yeah, so when he went to Europe, I guess he went to Switzerland.
Okay, good place to go for cheese.
Yeah, so he ended up. They're building solar panels over these dairy farms, so that the cows are more. I don't know. They can power the farm while also helping the cows be sheltered from the elements. So what they're going to be doing is, I guess he's going to be releasing the new computer with also an added feature. So they released for 2023, I believe it's the iMac and cheese.
I'm mad at myself for even laughing or even smiling at that.
Moving on. Would you like to talk about topics that people wanted us to discuss?
Sure. What did they want us to discuss?
We had actually pumpkin spice. We're going to start with this one because we didn't talk about the last one this person suggested.
I don't mind it because it's only around for a short time of the year, so it's fine with me. I like pumpkin spice. The scents with soaps, deodorants, all that stuff.
What is pumpkin spice? It's just dried pumpkin carving or pumpkin skin and then sprinkle onto...
I guess. Usually it involves cinnamon and cardamom and something like that.
No one knows what pumpkin spice is and yet has entered your nostrils.
I know it when I smell it. Yeah, yeah.
Now, I'm not a big fan of pumpkin spice. I'm not like running out to Starbucks and getting that. But Quick Trip does have like this little pump thing that they have pumpkin spice during this time of year.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about creamer.
Yeah, for the coffee. And it's okay.
Yeah, I like it. Like I said, and it's only around this time of year. That's the only time you really see it.
It's something different.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Now, how do you feel about people that are avid followers of pumpkin spice?
Avid followers?
Oh, yeah. Like they're just waiting for pumpkin spice to be released.
I didn't even know those people existed.
They do.
And what are they called? Is there a name for them?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't want to say anything at this point. I'll just get everyone in trouble.
I kind of want you to say something.
No.
Say the first name that came to your head.
Pumpkin spice. Coming to a store near you. Let's move on. Topic ideas. What's your go-to clothing brands and or store or for formal, athletic, and casual wear?
Casual wear would be Old Navy, for sure. Everything that they have, everything you want. T-shirts and jeans, basically for me, and hoodies, and it's cheap.
Yeah, I think I've worn jeans since I was 13, and I've never, ever left that on a formal setting, unless I'm wearing khakis for whatever reason.
Well, you can wear jeans in a formal setting.
Yeah.
You can.
Well, I mean...
It just depends on how...
Like when you're going to court, you don't want to wear jeans.
Well, you wore jeans to court.
No, I didn't.
Oh. For athletic wear, like for shoes, I like, I like Adidas. I like,
I used to like Converse, and it made a statement when I was younger, but they're so uncomfortable now.
Yeah, I like Converse. I like Vans. They're flat shoes, but I have like little inserts that I put inside of them, so they're extra
Those like
comfortable.
gel.
Inserts, yeah, for
Wow.
my Vans. So yeah, that's for formal. I don't really know because like for my suits and stuff, I don't. They're all types of brands, so I don't know if it's a specific brand.
No, I just get whatever's on sale at JCPenney's.
Yeah, exactly. So whatever brand it is. But as far as the style is concerned, I like Express. I like their suits. But mainly I just look at the suits to kind of get an idea of what tie and what shirt combinations to steal from them, and then I'll usually get the suit somewhere else. But I like to follow Express to see the styles.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever followed brands just religiously. If something looked good, then I liked it.
Well, I don't follow it religiously.
No, I'm just saying from this question, I don't think I could answer it as being like,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I enjoy purchasing this kind of
Yeah.
T-shirt.
I'm talking specifically about formal stuff. I don't really know, but for casual, Old Navy, Express,
Target's jeans are pretty good,
yeah.
but they're also
Don't sleep
pricey.
on
Also the Arizona brand.
TJ Maxx and Marshalls because you can get nice name brands. So I have some Calvin Klein
How
shirts.
do you feel about Burlington Coat Factory?
I haven't been there since I've been living in Tucson.
Wow.
But when I would live back east, Burlington, I would go there to get nice coats and stuff. But here, I haven't had a reason to. So
I just realized I've kept us in the 80s for this whole episode. Would you like to switch back to the desert?
that's fine. The desert is fine. The 80s is cool. It's fine. Yeah, I don't know. Does that answer the question?
I think it does. I think both me and you are not very stylish.
Basically, I'm wearing a Mario
T-shirt.
I have no idea what brand this is.
And I bought this shirt because it fit me. So
And a Nintendo hat. You can't see it, but it's a NES controller on the back of it.
Or so he says.
Wait, can you see it?
Oh yeah, I can see it. That looks like a knockoff brand.
It is. So that's what I'm saying. This is a terrible question. This is the Amazon
My
brand.
Nike shoes have the thing upside down.
The backwards, yeah, whatever that thing is.
Just don't do it. Best restaurant visited.
Best restaurant visited.
That's another bad question for me because
Okay, I don't know. I don't remember the name of it, but I do remember where it was at. It was
What
in
happened?
California. It was in Napa Valley. I was with a friend. I was visiting a friend there. His father took us to this restaurant, and it was very expensive. It was so expensive that I couldn't read the menu.
oh man,
It was stuff on the menu. I'm like, I don't know what this is.
they don't put prices when it's that expensive.
Oh, there were no prices, and I was like, I'm looking at the menu like I don't know what this means. And then he ordered some wine, and so they came around to each person. Now we're at a table. It's probably like between 12 and 15 at this round table, and he ordered wine. And and they started pouring it in everyone's glass, and he tasted it. He's like, "Oh, this is terrible. Get another bottle. Throw this away." And so they went and collected all of our wine glasses, and I was like, "Oh, I thought it was okay."
Oh man,
And then he had them pour us some other wine. It was very expensive, but I can't think of the name of the restaurant. It wasn't a chain, but it was a very expensive, high end. I guess it was Italian. I think it was an Italian restaurant. I think if I remember right, but. The food was good, but it was very expensive. So, anyway, that was probably one of the best. And then I know this may sound kind of very plain, but one of my favorite restaurants to go to in New York was Dallas Barbecue.
Oh, Dallas BBQ.
Yeah, there's just something about it. It's a combination of the atmosphere and those Texas-sized margaritas were amazing.
Texas
Yeah.
in New York.
After you drink one, you think you're in
You're
Texas.
in Texas. You're like, wow.
And then last but not least, I have to say one more. It's a restaurant in Brooklyn called Sea, SEA, like ocean sea.
Okay.
It's a Thai restaurant. Very good. But the atmosphere, the vibe is almost like a club.
Okay.
So it's like strobe lights and music playing. There's a DJ, but
I don't think I would trust eating food from a place that has strobe lights.
But what's funny is that it's a restaurant, though. No one's dancing in there. There's no one dancing. It's
That must be disorienting.
It's a restaurant. Oh, and there's another restaurant I just thought about too.
I'm getting scared.
It's in Miami. I forgot the name of it, but it's the one that's owned by Gloria Estefan.
Who?
You don't know who Gloria Estefan is? She was very popular in the 80s.
Does she have a like neon themed restaurant?
You don't know Gloria Estefan?
I if I saw a picture, maybe. I don't know.
Is this hooked up to?
Yeah.
Let me just play a quick clip.
Oh, of a song?
A quick one. Hopefully we don't get copyright.
We will, but we're not big enough to actually lose money. So
you know
we
what?
can do whatever we want.
Okay, I'll play it on.
The world is our oyster.
You might recognize this song.
I usually do. I recognize a lot of music. You know, I'm hip. I'm cool.
All right.
I like to hang out. Oh gosh, Gloria Estefan has tortured my brain ever since the 90s.
Okay, yeah. So
Every party I go to,
so she owns.
it's worse than Elvis Crespo.
Worst? I don't know if it's worse. I know what you mean. I know what you're saying. I follow you, but I don't know.
I'm a DJ. I play that song.
I don't know if that's worse though. But anyway, she owns a restaurant in Miami, and what's cool is that it's like a similar. It's like
you have to do the conga in the restaurant.
Well, not you don't have to, but they're playing music and stuff. It's obviously it's the Latin music. Is it
required that you stand up and do the conga?
Well, no, but after a while, a lot of the tables and that are on the floor, they pack them all up at a certain time and move it, and it turns into a dance floor. So you can have your food, and then everyone's salsa dancing and whatever kind of it's like the Latin dances and stuff that they're doing.
Wow,
Latin theme obviously, and that's what they do. And it's a really cool restaurant. So you can have your food, and in the center of the room there's like the dance floor. But when you first go there early, there's tables and chairs so you can sit down and eat on the dance floor. And at a certain time, they start moving it. Again, I don't remember the name of it, but
Yeah, you've lived a lot more of a life than I have.
I'm sorry, but as I started naming restaurants, I started, oh yeah, that one, and then that one, and then that one. Sorry, I apologize.
Oh no, it's fine. I have enjoyed fine dining with you because of being in your presence. So
really,
yeah, the time I ate octopus.
Oh yeah,
that was really good.
It was surprisingly good. I'm glad I didn't order it, but it was good.
But there was no strobe lights, no dancing. Nobody was conga dancing, doing a conga line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not the best person to ask about restaurants because in my mind, having fries and ketchup in a bowling alley is...
It's the greatest thing since sliced
It's mixing
bread.
Like, you know what? I'm really hungry with, I don't want to pay $10 for this. And yet that hunger somehow meets because you're just having fun and they coerce you into paying $10 for fries.
Understood.
No, but I think the best restaurant that I've been to, like I said, it was probably that one, the Brazilian restaurant I went to in Florida.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't usually go adventure out and that kind of stuff because...
When you went to New York, you had to have gone somewhere that you really
I went to Dallas Barbecue in like 2010, but I'd eaten barbecue a lot, so it didn't really stand out to me because I'd been in the Southwest. And
Well, I mean, granted, it's not going to be as good as actual Texas barbecue, of course. But,
yeah.
But I mean, it's still pretty decent.
I mean, I've had people make pulled pork stuff that is really good. So not necessarily restaurants, but more so the people that have made it.
Okay.
And, eating menudo I think is always good, but I haven't really sat down at a restaurant and eaten that.
Well, the homemade menudo is probably going to be better anyway. So.
Well, it's not homemade. I mean, it's just, some of it is homemade. I don't know. I'm bad.
You've had homemade.
Yes.
That's
But
what I'm
I
saying.
didn't like it at the time because my palate didn't appreciate the cow tongue that was served before me. I did not have that refined palate.
I got you. Well, now I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah. I'm all for it. It
Okay.
is so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just had pho the other day.
Excuse me?
Yeah. It was really good.
Interesting.
You put some sriracha in it with some other weird sauce. Kind of mix it up with the chopsticks, and then you just eat it.
And what is that?
It's Vietnamese.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah. I thought you were cultured, Aaron.
I thought it was called pho. I thought that's what it was called.
The people I went with.
Okay, that's okay.
They're not Vietnamese, by the way. So.
Okay, no, I just didn't know the correct pronunciation, but I know what you're talking about.
Pho.
I thought that's what it's called. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong.
I hope, you know what? Yeah, I hope you're wrong. Otherwise, I look like a real idiot. As usual. So, topic ideas. Best movies and series on Netflix.
There's a lot, but none of them are appropriate, so I'm going to
I did find one that was appropriate. And it took me back to 2011, 12, I think.
Are you talking about Dahmer?
No. This wasn't like the greatest documentary in the world, but it exposed me to ukulele playing in Hawaiian culture in a way that I had never viewed before. There's this guy who plays the ukulele, and he can play like anything, any song, and he plays not stadiums, but like symphony halls. And it kind of talked about his whole journey in doing that. He's not risen to any sort of fame. He kind of just blew up at that time. They made a documentary about him. They released it on there, and I thought it was really cool.
Okay.
So it was interesting. I learned something. I always thought the ukulele was a lame instrument. You should look it up.
I still think it's a weird instrument, but I like it.
If you listen to this, Jake Shimabukuro. Just type in while my guitar gently weeps. Jake Shimabukuro. I'm really bad at pronunciations. Yeah, and you're really bad at spelling it. But yeah, I thought it was interesting. But he also has this John Yamasato, I think is the name of. Oh. Wait, let's see. Yeah, but it gets more intense from there, and it's all just ukulele.
It does get more intense.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like, and I think he does he does his own songs as well.
He's playing it like he's rocking out in
but he is rocking out in a symphony hall.
Wow, that's cool. That's something new.
Yeah, and I would have never seen that if it hadn't been on Netflix, which it's not on Netflix anymore. And I looked online to make sure it was, and it said it was, at least in 2011, 2012.
Now that I think about it, there was a show on Netflix I used to like. It was called Prank Encounters. Wait, let me make sure that's the right name, because there's 2 prank shows on there.
You and pranks, man.
Yeah, it is. It's called Prank Encounters. That's a pretty good one. It's actually hosted by one of the kids who was in Stranger Things. So he's the host, but they set up these very elaborate pranks. They're very elaborate, and they have cameras everywhere. It's pretty interesting. So that's one of my favorite shows. I'm waiting for season 3. They have 2 seasons out now. So you want a really well done prank show, that's it. And that's the only thing I can recommend.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything else that I saw.
Because it gets kind of tricky when you start trying to recommend stuff sometimes. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, especially when you forget because you just block something out and then you go to watch it again and you're like, how many people did I... Yeah, good time. So, hey, if that documentary is terrible, it's not my fault. It was 10 years ago. Or 30, I don't know. Topic ideas. Emotional intelligence. Oh, wait. Nope. I guess I got rid of all the other sound effects by accident.
Don't you can't see them?
I can.
Everyone in this room.
Emotional intelligence.
Exactly. So emotional intelligence.
It's the ability to intelligently emotionalize.
To understand, use, and manage your own emotions in positive ways to relieve stress, communicate effectively, empathize with others, overcome challenges, and diffuse conflict. Yes, no, I'm not emotionally intelligent at all.
Well, for instance, if you're going to watch like a jump scare film, right? That's not real. You're not actually being attacked.
Right.
But your body responds to it. Mm-hmm. So the thing is once you feel the jump scare, then you try to figure out where exactly in your body is the tension. So if you're making a fist, well, the tension's in your hands. Mm-hmm. If you feel it in your chest, well, the tension's in your chest. Mm-hmm. So as you go across other situations in life, if you find yourself tensing, well, then you're just stressed.
Interesting.
So then you can be like, oh, maybe I should let my hands go. And that's emotional intelligence.
Sounds good to me.
Annoying sounds versus ASMR. I think both are annoying sounds.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of ASMR.
Podcasting.
I've never been a fan. I understand. I can kind of see like where some people, depending on what the noise is, I can kind of see how some people be like, okay, this is kind of relaxing, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's still weird to me. I don't know.
But it's interesting that it is a thing in itself.
But like nails on a chalkboard, that's annoying. So I can deal with ASMR in comparison to like nails on a chalkboard. Or you ever had one of those backup batteries? You know those, a backup battery. It looks like a surge protector, and the battery dies, and it just makes this beep sound. It's so annoying.
Oh,
it's
like really
like a high pitched.
Yeah.
That is very annoying. Yeah.
What else is annoying sounds?
Some people's voices.
Some dogs.
Oh yeah, especially the little ones. I hate. I shouldn't say I hate. We're
gonna go on record and say we hate
little
dogs.
Not all of them, but the little ones.
The little ones, yeah.
Their bark is so annoying to me. Because it's like, never mind. I'm just gonna stop. I don't want to say.
I just like watching people scream at their dogs. Like, you realize they don't understand it, and dogs will just respond to clicks if you train them enough.
Well, they understand that you're angry.
I don't think they do.
They know anger. They know the emotion. They may not know what they did.
Yeah,
they may not know
what they did.
and they're not going to understand what you're saying, but they'll understand that they understand emotion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess dogs are emotionally intelligent.
That's why they're man's best friend, apparently.
I don't know which man. There's some man out there, and it's his best friend.
Right. Okay.
That's
So those are all of our things from
the audience. Thank you, everybody, for reaching out and responding to our topics ideas, because thanks to you, this show can go on for another half hour.
Exactly.
I'm really happy I got to work that iMac and cheese joke in there. I've really been stewing over that, you know. I saw the news article. He did go to Europe. I was like, where did they make cheese? What European? I know there's good cheese. And then it hit me. It was like Switzerland. Of course, Swiss cheese. And it all just came together. It was just like the colliding of two large forces of humor that I'm plagued by constantly.
It was terrible. All right. And before we get to our final topic, I have one small, short little clip that I figured. Sorry, I keep kicking you. One short little clip that we can go to. I thought this was interesting. So we may have talked about this topic before on the podcast, but it has to do with music. And I think one time we discussed the differences between inspiration and
plagiarism.
So there was a very popular song. Most people here who are listening probably know it. If you haven't,
it's like how Coldplay ripped off Joe Satriani. That's a deep cut there.
We'll discuss that one on the next episode. So there was a popular song last year called "Levitating" by Dua Lipa.
Okay.
And now some people are suing her because they're saying that she ripped off their song.
Okay.
And this is a underground, not underground, but they're kind of a
Indie.
they're like an indie band. Yeah. And that's typically who you would rip off of because no one's ever heard of them. You know what I'm saying? That's who you steal from, the little people. So I kind of don't. Blame her for doing it.
Okay. That's who you steal from.
That's
The little people.
The little people.
I want to title that the episode, but I don't think it'll translate very well. In all caps.
I'm just kidding.
Episode season 6, episode 2. That's who you steal from.
Well, I'm just saying you're not You're not
the little people.
You're not gonna steal from a major artist. Like you're not gonna steal a Beatles song. You know,
People still do.
I know, but I'm just saying.
It's called sampling, though.
No. Sampling is different because you get permission.
Oh, okay.
She didn't get permission when she did this. So anyway, I just want to play a short clip of the Article Sound System song.
Oh, there's nothing I love more than talking about Dua Lipa, so let's go ahead.
Oh, yeah. It's not about Dua Lipa. It's about, the question is for everyone listening is, do the songs sound like she was inspired by it, or did she just rip it off?
Either way, that song has, again, destroyed my eardrums because it's everywhere.
It was. All right, let's take a quick listen.
This is the Dua Lipa song?
No, this is the one, Article Sound System, Live Your
Okay.
Life.
I have to keep going up and down with it so that we don't get...
This song, I don't think so.
It's that bad that we can even rip it off?
We could rip it off.
Okay, and what year was this?
It was... I don't know what year it came out. I can look it up. I'm not sure what year it came out. But they're accusing her of stealing from. Now, what did you think from the clip that you heard? Do you think that she stole it?
Yeah, I would, sharpen your knives and pitchforks. Let's go after everything that she owns.
Well, they're still in court for it.
Now, wouldn't that be like the best thing to happen to you, though?
It would if you get paid.
You're like a nobody, and you're like, oh, geez, like your family's like, I told you, you need to give up your music career. And you're like working this job, and you're like, oh, man, I really wish it would just work. And then you flip on the radio, and the biggest artist has ripped you off. Mm-hmm. There are money signs in your eyes.
Yeah.
Your family was wrong. You quit your job on the spot.
And the problem is
you get paid out $10,000, and it really doesn't make any difference in your life over the course of a year.
Crazy.
You're back to where you were recording cruddy music.
Yeah, I don't know. 2017.
Okay.
That's when it was released. And Levitating came out in 2020, I believe. So.
Are we sure about this? Mm-hmm. When that album came out, I skipped through it, and I was like, this album sounds like it was made specifically for TikTok. And it proved to be true.
Agreed. Yep.
Wait, are we going to play the other one? Or we're going to get claimed, huh?
We're not going to play Levitating. Everyone knows that song.
Oh, okay.
But this one, no one's heard of. So that's why I'm saying you can
let's listen to the whole thing. Come
let's
on.
Just play it because, no one's going to know.
Wait, we're going to go to the 80s. Oh, yeah. I'm levitating.
So this part, you can hear it. You can hear it in the background, but the vocals, and then, and then that's pretty much the rest of the song.
The whole thing?
Basically. They already sung that part.
You know what would be hilarious is if we posted this and it claimed us as the Dua Lipa song.
Oh,
like they were
true.
like, from this point to this point, you ripped off, and it was like Dua Lipa Levitating 2020.
And she will be collecting money for it. That is funny. She ripped off a song and then charges everyone else who does it.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, so anyway, that was it.
Hey, thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
There's nothing I love more than ripping down, the little people.
That's who we. That's who you have to do.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. All right. Now on to the end.
Where did this bring you? The Mario film.
The Mario film. So what are we doing? Are we going to watch the trailer?
We're going to watch the trailer, and I'm just going to clip it. So this next part of the podcast is going to be like, it's like a collage, only worse.
Or I can pause it while we're watching it.
That would create a lot more editing for me.
Oh, okay. So we'll just play it then. Is the audio on?
Oh, no. Okay, guys, this is it. Wait, before we start this journey here, what are you expecting out of this film?
I'm expecting a good movie. I like what Illumination has done with the Despicable Me movies and the Minions movies. I think they're pretty, the humor is good. I mean, they're just good movies. And so what I'm expecting this to be really good for two reasons. For one, obviously, again, it's Illumination. I like the work that they've done. I like the movies that they've made. And then two, I like the fact that Nintendo, so for the old Mario movie, Nintendo licensed the rights out to a studio to make the movie.
Who reimagined the Mario story.
But with this movie, Nintendo is actually involved in the actual, so it wasn't like they just said, here's the rights to Mario, make us a good movie. They're actually involved. Like the creator of Mario was involved. And for 7 years they've been working on it. And so their games are amazing. So when they are actually going to help do the story and the artwork, and artwork looks amazing. So
I haven't seen it yet. So
okay. So with no further ado,
as your tablet dies.
Right. Exactly.
Oh wait, let me turn this up. The Super Mario Bros. Movie.
All right, you ready?
I guess, or more ready than I'll ever be. Okay, so it's like Jurassic Park. So, guessing he doesn't like ice.
Can you see okay?
Yeah. It's looks like the video game. I'm just waiting to hear his voice. Who's voicing Bowser?
Jack Black.
Oh. Kung Fu Panda's playing Bowser. If he does like some air guitar...
Open the gates!
He doesn't sound like Jack Black too much. I'm only talking because we're supposed to react to it, so...
Well, I've already seen it.
Where were there penguins? Oh!
Mario 64.
Oh, no. Oh, boy.
That is but a taste of our fury. Do you yield? I do not.
Well, at least his voice is a little deeper. Oh, jeez. It's funny because, like, they're evil guys, but the Nintendo,
Finally found it.
they can only be so evil.
Gonna stop me!
In Mario, yeah. But for Zelda, they can get pretty dark.
Chris Pratt. It's Mario. He looks like the plumber guy from Wreck-It Ralph.
What is this place?
I can't wait for the memes that are going to come from this.
Do not touch that mushroom, you'll die! Oh, I'm sorry. That one's perfectly fine. Come on, Mario!
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
He's got a little bit of that woohoo thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, not the inspirational version of the Mario theme. Well, there you go.
In cinema soon. So, what'd you think?
I'm interested to see it, I guess.
All right, we need to talk about the Mario.
Oh, sorry.
Now we're going to react to someone else reacting.
Right, exactly.
Let's see how meta we can get.
Yeah. But yeah, that was it. So I'm excited for it. and
I never saw the Sonic films, but this one seems a little bit better because I don't like mixing the cartoons with live action.
yeah, you know what? I haven't actually seen the Sonic films either. I saw the first one, but I fell asleep towards the end of it, so I didn't finish it. And then part 2 was out, and I don't want to watch part 2 until I go back and watch part 1. So I'm kind of stuck.
It's not a Netflix.
It might be. I don't know. I have to check and see.
Maybe you can buy it on Spotify.
Yeah, exactly.
$15.99.
Right. Yeah. Well, anyway, that was the trailer.
That was us selling out and reacting. Mario,
Yeah,
the Mario film. Pay us money.
exactly.
This film has been brought to you by viewers like you. Thank you.
Oh, excuse me.
Well, it's been one of the most exhilarating, fantastic, amazing episodes of Two Crazy Scoops. And now we're going to strobe light all the way out. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to
Like,
and subscribe.
oh man,
I don't know how to end this. I'm tired.
just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Oh, wait. So I got claimed for, even though you're still allowed to use the music from that you make in
Fight it.
GarageBand?
I told you to fight
Somebody
it.
claimed it.
I told you to fight it.
This has been Two Crazy Scoops podcast with your hosts Ao and Antino. Join us next time as we play Monopoly or something like that. Not Monopoly. It's
Who wants to be a billionaire?
Who wants to be a billionaire? Now, yeah. So Aaron's gonna be on the hot seat. He's gonna lose $1 million, and we're all gonna laugh, just for no reason. Laughter for no reason.
Until next time.